Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josh, and look at me, I am already back with another video. And I think this is how I'm going to do it from now on. I haven't been here in a while, just because life has gotten busy in other areas, but I didn't want to and don't ever want to completely abandon this channel, and so I think what I'm going to do from now on is when I have something that you guys might be interested in or that kind of fits within the stuff I talk about here on this channel, I will come on and do a video, but you know, it might be months or like it has been potentially years between uploads. You know, all I have to say is I apologize for that, but I have so much else going on in my life that I just, you know, I can't do this the way I used to be able to do it regularly in the past. With that said, the thing that I wanted to come back on and talk to you guys about is I have been getting a lot of questions from some of you all in other places and from folks on my other channel about one of the items I have been wearing in, you know, certain places and things and videos on that other channel, and it is this guy right here. And this, let me put it on so I can show you, is the Cartier Love Cuff. And that's what you're hopefully seeing. It's so shiny. So you're probably seeing a reflection of my lights and stuff. I apologize for that. That's what you're seeing right there. And the reason I wanted to come on and talk about this is this particular version of the Love bracelet, which is not the full Love, it's the open cuff, as you can kind of see there. There aren't many videos on this guy out there. There are a few really good ones that I have watched, but it's still not nearly as popular. And I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't even know this existed until I saw it in another video, and none that I have seen from a guy yet. So I thought I'd pop on and just kind of give you my take and perspective. And there are a few things that I like about this Love cuff that some of the other folks in other videos did not touch on, and that I wanted to share in my experiences with this. So I have now had this piece for about 3 months, and it's gotten a ton of wear. I'll put some close-up footage in the video so you can see how much wear it's gotten. And the reason it's so worn, even though I bought this brand new from Cartier, is I've been wearing this thing on a daily basis. That is how much I love it. And before we even get into this piece in particular, I want to give you a little bit of backstory about me and the Cartier Love bracelet. If you know the traditional Love bracelet, it is the full metal cuff, goes all the way around the wrist, and is secured at both sides with a screw. And I've actually owned in the past, again, I'll put some pictures in the video, I've actually owned two other versions of a Love bracelet. So when I could first afford to buy one, I bought a white gold Love bracelet, because most everything else I wear is, you know, silver, of some kind of silver hardware. And I was kind of stupid to buy one in the first place, because right away I knew that was a deal breaker, but I loved it so much that I went ahead and bought it, thinking that because of how much I love the Love bracelet, I'll make it work. Biggest mistake. And I made that mistake twice, mind you. I bought the white gold one, sold it, bought a yellow gold one, thinking maybe it was the color. Nope, it was the design of the, you know, locked onto your wrist. Here's the thing with me and any kind of jewelry, whether it be watches, bracelets, whatever, I need to be able to take them off at a moment's notice, because just the way I live my life, and I don't know how to change the way I live my life to make a permanent piece of jewelry work for me. So I have always loved things. I've got a few other things to show you here today. I love the Hermes click, and this is a black Hermes click here. And the reason I love these is because I'm going to do this in real time, okay? When I want to take it off, it comes off. When I want to put it back on, it goes back on. And that is what the Love cuff enables you to do. And let me show you now just how quickly this goes on. Now, this does take a little bit of practice, because there's not a learning curve exactly, but there's a way you do it over your wrist. But like, okay, so here it's off, right? You can see it's off. And now it's on. And taking it off is just as easy. Now, the thing about that I do want to mention here, just because it's easy to take on and off doesn't mean it's not secure. So let me put it back on here. See how easy that was? See how quick that was? But look, if I pull this, it's not actually going anywhere. The other thing about that, though, that I really like about the Love cuff versus the Love bracelet is if I ever found myself in a situation, maybe I'm in a dodgy part of town, or you're at a bar or a club or, whatever. I don't really do that, but, where you're in a mob of people where maybe somebody could get it off your wrist without you noticing it. If I find myself in those situations, I can take it off. I can put it in my bag. I can put it in my pocket. Like I can hide it so that I'm not a target for people even, trying to maybe do it. So for me, the fact that that you have a love bracelet that can go on and off so easily is great. Now, with that said, let's address the elephant in the room here. The whole idea of the love bracelet, the reason that the love bracelet is kind of a semi-permanent thing is the idea there is you're locking this ring of gold around your lover's, your partner, your wife, your husband, whatever. You're locking a band of gold around their wrist to signify your eternal, bond. Now, there are a number of things that I think are kind of comical about that because, divorce is so prevalent. And I think a lot of people today treat marriage like it's just, might be married for 10 years or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't really subscribe to the whole idea behind the love bracelet, like its origin story, if you will. And so for me, it's not an issue that this is not a permanent piece of jewelry. If you are really connected to and tied to the original idea of the love bracelet and you think that it's kind of weird that like you have a love piece that can just, come apart so easily, like a celebrity marriage, then this might not be for you. And I totally understand that, by the way. Like if this kind of ruins the idea of the love collection, then just don't buy it. But if you're like me and you love the idea, you love the love collection, you love, how many times am I going to say love? Take a shot, right? If you love the idea and the aesthetic and the kind of timeless nature of the love collection in general, I think you'll really love, there we go again, love the Love Cuff. For me, the reason I wanted it is my wedding, the ring I wear most often, on my ring finger to symbolize that I am married, is a Cartier Love ring in yellow gold, and I love this piece. And the reason I've always wanted a love bracelet was, to match. And as you can see, it matches my ring perfectly. And then the other thing, last thing I like about the Love Cuff in general, and this might be more for guys than women, but women wear watches too. I can wear this love bracelet with anything and everything, and that's another reason I just love the love collection in general. A lot of people out there will make it seem like this is a really formal thing. You have to, you wear this when you're wearing your Sunday best or whatever it is. I don't feel that way, but I also have a very different approach, I think, than some people do to jewelry in general, because I will wear this with t-shirts and shorts in the summer, and let me tell you, it dresses up a very casual outfit just incredibly well. And I love the Hermes click, okay, and I love fashion jewelry in general, so don't think I'm about to say something, but don't think I'm hating on my fashion jewelry. There is a level at which fashion jewelry becomes a little bit playful, and so in a very serious situation, sometimes fashion jewelry doesn't quite make the cut, but this does. This also, though, if you want kind of a mix of, I don't consider Hermes low per se, but if you want a mix of high and low, you can stack, an Hermes click or something really nicely with a love bracelet. Now you've got kind of a high, a fashion jewelry and fine jewelry kind of mix. You could do this with chains. You can, and I even think this, like what I'm doing here, the gold love bracelet looks really good with even silver, or palladium, like white gold, silver hardware type things. Love it, love it, love it, love it. But let me put this back on for a minute, because what I was going to say actually first is on the same lines that I think this goes with everything, and I wear this every day. I do the same thing with my Rolex Submariner, right? So a lot of people, same thing, will treat Rolex as, oh, you only wear it with your Sunday best, you only wear it with a suit, whatever. I wear my Submariner. This is my most expensive watch, but it's also my daily beater. And part of the reason for both of these being daily pieces is I paid 11 grand for this and nearly 6 grand, I think, for this. And I want to wear these things. Like, I look at the return on my investment as the joy that I get from being able to wear these things every day. So I can wear it with, really fine items. I can wear it with a suit. I can wear it with formal clothes, with, my Rolex and such. But the other thing I have actually found that I didn't even realize when I bought the Love Cuff to begin with was I can also wear it with kind of some of my sillier things. So if any of you are watch folks out there, you might know what this is. This is a full metal G-Shock, which is so not anything formal. This is like the epitome of like street style wear, right? And I can wear my love items, and I actually love the gold G-Shock because I can kind of make, you know, my Cartier items, my ring, the love cuff with the G-Shock, a very street style, almost kind of mockery of, you know, any kind of fine, you know, jewelry or whatever. And it works so beautifully because, again, you know, these items go so well with t-shirts and shorts and, you know, like in summer, or as we're getting into autumn, a crisp white t-shirt or even a flannel over jeans with, you know, Cartier Love items, it adds a sophistication and a touch of elegance, I think, that otherwise just wouldn't exist. And then finally, the last thing I want to tell you about this love cuff here in this video is these do fit a little bit differently than your standard love bracelet. I have been told by essays, and actually has been my experience, you need to go up a size in the cuff. So if you wear a love, like full around love bracelet is a size 20, you'll want to go up to a 21. These don't go as large in as I understand as the love bracelet does now. So what I'm wearing here, okay, is a size 20, and that is one below the largest size, and so there's one more size above this, which is 21. Now, I have relatively small wrists for a man, I think, because I'm Asian and I'm just smaller built in general. My wrists are about 6 3/4 inches around, and a size 20 fits me perfectly. I could probably go down to a 19 because you can see I like love bracelets to be a little bit looser on me. Some people like a really tight fit, and if I wanted a really tight fit where it's only going to stay right here, okay, on my wrist, I could go down to a 19. I want a little bit more play, so I did a 20, and that allows it to kind of float up and down here. And the reason I do that, and I like that, is because I don't ever feel like restricted. So let me show you, for example. This is an Hermes click. This is the standard click, not the click HH, which is the men's version. Standard click. This is a GM. This is a little bit smaller, and as you can see, like, this won't go nearly as far down my wrist. This fits me perfectly because I still have room to play here, like that. But this is about the size of an Hermes Click GM. And then this is the, let me put this on together again. This is the Love Cuff 20. And so you can see, like, this is how far down the 20 will go in my wrist, about 6 3/4 inches around. And the Click GM only comes to about there. So again, the 19, the Love Cuff 19 would probably be closer to the size of my Hermes Click. And if I wanted it to kind of stay put at the top of my wrist, or at like the, you know, I guess that is the top of my wrist, I could easily do a 19. I like the extra play in the 20 though. What I would recommend though, because the sizing is different and because I think this is one of those things you want to try on before you buy, go into a boutique. They seem to be limited on the 20 and the 21. So for example, like with this one, I actually had to order it online, but I did get to try 19 in store, and that was kind of how I knew. I tried the 19 and I was like, it fits, but I wanted more play, and so that told me, okay, go up to the 20. So try these on in store and see, because the other thing is, because they are open right on the bottom, you don't actually want them to be too loose. So you don't want them to be the kind of bangle that slides all the way down your arm, because by the time they get back up to your wrist, then you probably do have, you know, you risk it falling off way more easily than you want. Either way you go, any size you go with, and these, by the way, do come in, it comes in white gold, it comes in the rose gold as well. I just love it. I'm so happy. I spent literally, like, I think I bought my first one when I was like 25 with like my first, you know, like big adult bonus or whatever. So I have spent now the last like 7 years trying to find a love bracelet that works. I am so happy that I have finally found one that I can wear that works for the practicality of my life while giving me the, you know, the aesthetic and the just the look of the classic love bracelet that I have always been looking for and have wanted. So yeah, could not be happier with it. Highly recommend it. And thank you guys so much for watching another video. Questions and comments, leave them downstairs. And I will be back, whether it's next week or next year. I will be back. So I hope And I hope when I do come back that I'll see you again. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great one and take care.